My name is Brit Blakeney, or Brit Blakeney Anghelakis, and I'm head of innovation and ecosystems at DBS Bank in Hong Kong. I've been with the bank for about a little over 2 years. My background is mostly technology, working at internet media companies. I helped start up a few companies. This is my first time working at a bank. And that's the really cool thing for me is that DBS hires many non-bankers to really bring in different points of view, different experiences and different opinions to really help move the bank forward. Every day is different, but my team is responsible for several things. So we run innovation across the entire bank. And my job is a couple different areas of focus. One is really all things innovation. We used to run a corporate accelerator called Nest, and we took that in-house last year, and we run our own exchange program, or we call it Startup Exchange. So that's our way of working with fintechs. We don't see it so much as an accelerator, but as more of an exchange where we collaborate with fintechs and work really closely with them to create really interesting products for our consumers, and even to help internally to smoothen processes and make things more efficient, and to decrease the manual work that our employees are doing on a daily basis. A second area of focus for my team is all things ecosystems. So we focus on building partnerships that are digital, normally with non-financial institutions. Could be an e-commerce company, could be a healthcare company, could be an insurtech company, to create more interesting experiences and to really kind of expand our banking services and take banking services to our users rather than more the traditional approach of our customers having to come to the bank. And then thirdly, we focus really on the culture of innovation and creating a more dynamic workforce and more dynamic place to work, getting people to think about things in different ways, to challenge status quo, and to work in a digitally focused and a digital first fashion. So this is a concept that everyone from our group CEO on down, Piyush Gupta, our CEO in Hong Kong, Sebastian Paredes, it's something that is really pervasive throughout the company, and it's really part of our DNA, is a focus on making banking invisible, ironically, so that we are as behind the scenes as possible, to be kind of the Uber of banking, that it's just a seamless experience, that it's more kind of integrated within your daily routine, and that you don't have to step out of your life to perform some of the regular banking services. I would say when you compare working at an internet or media company and then working at a bank that is becoming digital first, there still are differences. I think many of the lessons learned and the great things that we had, the sort of best practices that we had worked out from the tech companies, are now being applied to the bank. For example, agile development is a process that can be applied really to anything. And that's something we're seeing more and more in the banks, and moving away from those waterfall type, also much more collaborative, not as much, sort of the top down where the product requirements are developed at the highest level and then delivered and then executed on by the team, but that the team actually plays a part in developing the product from the beginning. So much more collaborative and really a much more, I think, fun and satisfying way to work. I think the only real positive that came out of this whole COVID situation is it really proved to ourselves in the bank that we can actually be much more agile and flexible in how we work. And even many of the systems that we need to access, we can do that in a very secure way remotely from home. So I think we really found very effective ways to work remotely from all different locations. But of course, nothing can replace when you're doing a brainstorming workshop. You really want that energy in the room. It is still really special. So we're very happy now to be able to go back to some of that, kind of depending on the day and the situation. Our team, they do work from home. And then in terms of working with fintechs over the last 6 months, there really has been no break at all. Our team has been super engaged with fintechs. It's put in more of an accelerated mode because it's shown the importance of working digitally and really changing the way that we all work. Fintechs are vital to this entire process and vital to our business. The difference between fintech and finance, that difference I think is going to go away. There really shouldn't be any difference, I think, at this point between the financial world and the fintech world. I see it all as fintech these days.